Hello, Aries. Thank you for tuning in to your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Modern Spellcasters Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using cards. I'm using the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. I don't know. First half is going to be relationship. Second half is going to be singles, and the oracle cards come out as needed. Okay. So Aries, what do we got going on for you? Alright, so the whole thing seems to be at the bottom here. Ace of Wands. Something's going on here. It's like something's kicking off. Something is definitely kicking off. Whether it's out of the blue or not, I think we have to go a little farther to find that, though. But something is definitely, like, starting off. Like, it's out the gate. The race is off. The race is on. Where are we going here? Now, I'm getting that's where you are now. That's this, but this is the whole thing. Because I'm seeing like this is something your partner created and has been waiting for this to go forward. I'm getting though that this ace is like this is what seems to be the thing. Like I feel like it's already going though. Because your partner's been waiting for it, they made it happen. And you're kind of like you're like juggling things to keep going, to keep up. It's not like you're not up for a challenge, but you're just kind of like, what is happening? Everything is happening right now, all at once, and it's like you're just trying to run around catching things from hitting the ground and stuff like that. It seems like you're successful at it, but you're kind of running around. It's kind of like running around. I don't want to say putting out fires, like catching things. Like it's almost like it's someone's throwing things out a window and you're running around catching them before they break. That type of thing. Like you're catching things. It's like before they get out of control, you're catching things. Okay. Ooh, there's a rush here with this. I'm getting this ace has a lot to do. Like it seems like this is happening. Like you're in this ace energy. Like the start, the kickoff, everything's going. Your partner's been waiting for this to happen, and now they're right into it. They're going, and it's just so much is happening at once that you're like I feel like they're going at like a breakneck speed, and you're just catching. You're just like being the safeguard in a sense. Yeah, but it's very fast. It's like makes me want to catch my breath. Now, this is kind of where this seems to be starting from this situation. And I'm getting that the Two of Swords, I feel like you quickly get over this. I feel like you're quickly to the point where you're like, all right, listen. I'm sick of running around like a mad person trying to catch everything, and I feel like you stop catching things. Okay, and you're just like, you know what? I've had it. I'm done. And I feel like it goes from a moment where you're trying to make everything work out to you're just like I'm just enabling you. You don't stop. So you know what? Let it hit the floor. I'm just over it. I'm just so sick of it because it's gonna hit the floor sooner or later. I can't keep this up for the rest of my life. I'm just getting like there's a really like you're getting like there's an anxiety here. Like you're just very I don't know. You're frustrated and you're just like you're trying to catch their attention and get them to slow down, but it's not working. And I just feel like you're just stopping. You're just like, you know what? Forget it then. And you just like let it hit the floor then, because I'm sick of running like a mad person, and you're not paying attention. Now, this is interesting because I feel like as soon as you do that, it seems like your partner realizes it. Because I'm seeing this energy kind of even out after that. It's almost like you doing this thing where you're running around trying to catch things and trying to balance it out and trying to make everything, work out. That seems to be the worst part for you. And then when you're over it, and you just kind of let things go where they're going to go, I get like it wasn't that bad. Like that's like letting things go like that worked out. However, that whatever was going on there, that seemed to like work itself out. But I'm still getting like you didn't really. I don't feel like you're really happy about it, but you're just like, you know what, whatever. Because I'm getting like you running around in circles like a mad person trying to keep things going, trying to catch things before they break. It was exhausting. And just like, you know what? To save something from falling apart just for a moment is one thing, but to like make it a lifetime goal, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to do that. Okay. It seems like there's a lot of speed here. There's a lot of things going fast here. I just find it very jarring that the fact that you just let it hit the floor seemed to work out. I think it's just like throwing me for a loop because I'm just like that worked out because it looks like it worked out, especially because you're letting it go. I don't know if it's somebody else's mess or what's going on there, but you're completely once you stop trying to run around and catch things and keep things working, you're fine. You got the 10 of Cups. You're really, like, that's really feeling great. Like, you know what? I think somebody said to me once, what's that saying? Not my monkeys, not my circus. Like, you know what? I can't solve everything, and I'm not going to make it a life career to where I just pick up your mess constantly. So let it be what it's going to be. The stress is gone. Like, I just feel like you're fine. And the other side is like, but the other side is the Seven of Wands. Some things hit the floor, but I feel like that was necessary. And now it's kind of like they're still doing well, they're fine, but this needed to happen. And they're overcoming it. They're like looking at the things they got to do. They're taking care of their own stuff, but this was necessary. This was good that you let it fall through because it needed to. It seems like it needed to. The other side seems to be realizing like they 3 or 4 things hit the ground, for example, and then they're like, wait, what? You're not what? Oh, hold on. Like, oh, you're not gonna just catch that for me? Wait a minute. And then they're getting a hold of things and they're taking control of this and they're like, oh, like, I feel like there's this sigh of, like, oh, that's right. All right, I'll handle this because I understand. Like, I feel like it's snapping them into focus. It's like touching down into reality. Like, all right, you wanted this to happen. It was going pretty quick. And I know you're excited, but you need to, like, slow down and see what you're doing because it's a little bit haphazard going on here. Okay. The first part especially, I felt really, really fast. Like everything at once. Now, what's going on over here? The relationship is stable. The relationship feels good. I'm getting, like, but spiritually with this situation, I'm getting, you have the 8 of Pentacles. Your partner has the Emperor. I'm getting your partner just got a little overexcited. In that moment where you stopped picking things up and catching everything that was falling, they needed that to like snap back into focus and get back into their normal mode of, you know, how they usually are. I feel like that's not a normal thing for this person. And on your side, it's like, well, the 8 of Pentacles is a lot about, like, you know, coming to that completion. And I feel like you're coming to this part where you're just looking like, is your involvement kind of, I don't know. Let me see if there's anything else. Because I feel like you're kind of, maybe, my first instinct is you're going to be walking away from this situation. And it's kind of, but it's coming like, it's like yes and no. So you're changing your involvement. So you're almost at the part where you're going to like change how you're currently connected with this situation. It's just not landing like what exactly we're talking about. Because your partner seems to get back into a power position and you seem to be going back into a position of just like going with the flow. Okay, so it's like when this kicked off, you got pushed into a spot where you had to it was just overwhelming. There was a lot coming at you. But as your partner goes back into this power position, I feel like you're going back into a more just as the flow goes, as needed, not as intensely connected to the situation as you were a moment ago when you were catching all these things falling all over the place. Like, I feel like you're going back to a more comfortable level of involvement. Okay. Now, this whole ace thing, I'm noticing it's off by itself at the bottom of the deck. So it seems to be what everything's built from, but even though it's an ace, in this situation, I'm not feeling very stable with it. In the sense of I don't know what's going on just yet. It's coming forward, but I don't feel like this situation is really like it's pulling in something else. What is it pulling in though? Because I'm noticing the World card came up. Like you put down the deck and that kind of like slid to the side, and I'm seeing the World card, which is denoting usually a new phase. And when that happens, I'm just, especially when a new start creates a new phase, this is like things are changing. Whatever was going on before is differently. And I feel like your partner is about your partner taking control here, especially when you stop catching things and you're letting them take control. Well, you're showing them they need to take control back. Because I feel like they're going forward with that. And they got the Three of Wands with this card, the Emperor. This is rough. I'm getting rough energy with this. Because I'm seeing it's pushing forward, and they're getting a lot of responsibilities on them. Dumped on them? Dumped on them. Like, a lot of this is coming down on them. They wanted this to happen. They were excited about it. They created this. And now it's like, now that it's off and running, like the initial Ace of Wands, you were there to help them do that, to bring it into existence. But now that it's going, it's their ball. They need to own it. And now that it's in flight here, which I'm getting with that Three of Wands, now that it's going and it's in motion, they got the Eight of Swords. They're feeling stuck by their own situation. But there's that World card behind that, behind the Ace of Wands. I feel like they're in this for a while. They might have created something that they're going to need to reevaluate this. Because this is, I'm getting the overwhelmingness you felt, because it seemed like it all came on you all at once. I feel like for them, it's a gradual build, and it's getting more and more and more and more. And I feel like this Eight of Swords is saying, you know what, they're just feeling kind of trapped in their own monster, in a trap of their own making. All right, so this is where you also end up helping, I'm seeing. And I don't, it's not going to come to a resolution at this point, but I'm getting that you're the one who's starting to look at other ideas. I'm getting this Nine of Pentacles, like you're taking this outside view in a sense. Yeah. You're taking this overview, like you're looking at the situation and you're just like, you know what, there's a better way to do this. I feel like you're recognizing that your partner's not going to be able to sustain the current mode. How it's going now, that's not going to make it. It's really not going to make it in the long term. And this is what's helping. You got the Sun card, the Four of Cups, and then the Two of Wands. I feel like you're acknowledging things that are just kind of conflicting, but are necessary. And you're trying to figure out ways to change this. The Sun card here is telling me that you're in a position where you're not overwhelmed, but you're seeing hope here, and you're looking for ways to help your partner fix this situation, because it's becoming a bit much, and you're seeing where it's going. So I feel like you're that stable part where you're just kind of constantly trying to talk it out and find other ways to handle this, because the way it's going now, it's not going to work long term. But this is a situation where you got the Ace of Wands and the World saying you're going into this new phase. It's starting now. It's pushing in. And I feel like you're acknowledging that and you're aware of that. This is something that's going to cement in. So we need to adjust this now. We need to start fixing it now. We need to start moving things around or lessening the pressure right now because it's getting to the overflow already. It's getting to like the pressure point where it's gonna pop, and it's not gonna be good. Now I'm thinking, especially with the Sun card here, I'm getting like you're getting small band-aid fixes out of the situation right now. But I feel like you're working towards more like you're trying to figure things out. Like I feel like what's going on here is you're talking this out with your partner periodically, and you're helping. You're not going back to that role you were in before where you were just kind of like overwhelmed. You're not going back to that. But you're helping here and there, but I feel like you're learning more information about what's going wrong or how it's not working out very well. Something where the pressure is building too high. And you're taking that back, and you're constantly trying to think of ways to circumvent it or to change things. But I'm getting, as this reading kind of comes to a close, there's a lot of things here that you're kind of feeling like they can't be changed. And you're trying to find ways out of it, but you're still working at that when this moves on. The thing is, you're very optimistic, because when I have the Nine of Cups here, it's like I'm seeing like you're seeing a good movement forward. You're very happy. You have a lot accomplished here, and you're seeing that this is going to make it. You're still looking at it like trying to figure out what can we do? What is feasible to change this into a better livable situation? But you're still on the way out. Like I know I'm trying to search for another answer, but the truth is, when you leave this for this reading, you're still looking for those answers, but you're actively searching. I feel like your partner needs to be more engaged with this, but the fact that your partner is in this like Eight of Swords kind of feeling stuck and overwhelmed, that's making it kind of worse. They seem to need a little bit of a break if they can get it, and then breathe a minute, and then work with you. Because if they can give you full attention and work through this, I feel like this could bring forth a solution, the solution that you're looking for. But without their involvement, I don't feel like you're going to get there on your own. Good? Yes. Good. Okay, good. Whew. I didn't do any oracle cards. I just noticed it at the end there. I was like, are we good? We're done. And I'm like, oh, we're done? I didn't do any of those. That was pretty intense, though. That energy is quick. There's a lot of pressure there that I was feeling. Now, let's do Aries single. What do we got for Aries single? Single Aries. What do we have for single Aries? Empowering information to help them move forward the way they want to and find what they want in life. I want to stop there. Okay. I'm just putting up like half the deck right there. That'd have been a really long reading. Oh, there's a bunch there too. Okay. Now, I got 3 cards here for where you're standing. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, which I like to call the Mother of Pentacles in this deck. You've got the Justice card, and you've got, is that the 8 or 7? 7 of Wands. So the 3 of these together, you're doing well. Whatever the situation is, this seems to be starting out where you think it's working out the way it should be working out. I feel like you have like this look. The person you're looking at, you kind of feel like they need to be taken care of a little bit, and you're more than okay with that. And you're staying above the situation at the moment. You're like working through it. And I'm noticing here there's already a sense of obligation. When I get the 10 of Pentacles, this to me, like this is feeling in this situation like there's a sense of obligation. So let's keep going because I'm curious how this is working out, because this is a single read. And I'm just interested to know why there's a sense of obligation. There's something hiding here. I bet you that's the... I think I know what this card is back here, but we'll go to the past first. This is the 6 of Wands. Now, I feel like you've helped this person out before. You've helped them out before, and I feel like in the past you felt like they just weren't in a spot where they'd be ready for a relationship just yet. So I feel like you've held back for that reason, thinking they would just need to get their feet on the ground a little better, and then maybe something could happen. But I'm getting, as things go forward, like things are getting better for them, but I feel like you're looking at it like, you know what, I don't know if that perfect moment is ever going to happen here. And the way it's going, it could be, or if it is going to happen, it feels like it's a ways out. And I don't feel like you want to wait anymore. Because at the top here, you have the Magician. You are having that feeling like you want to get things going. And you have that, I feel like you're in the power position here to decide, can we move things forward or not? Because I feel like you're helping this person out in some respect. Now we're going to go to the center, and I'm noticing you got the Three of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. Now, I feel like you're trying not to control the situation, correct? Yep. But you're trying to be supportive. I feel like this is kind of difficult because I feel like there's things going on here. And I feel like your instinct is to just take over and do it. But I feel like you're thinking that's not right. I can't do that. Like, I feel like your instinct is just like, if I just get in there and do it myself, this will go easier. But you're kind of really held back because you're like, that's not right. I can't do that here. So you got the Page here where you're giving advice. You're trying to help, but you're trying to keep it like low key. You don't want to be controlling. You know you shouldn't be in control of this situation for whatever reason. Probably for the obvious reason because this is somebody you're considering getting a relationship with, but even then, because I'm getting like a very helpful attitude from you towards them. Now, this seems to be going forward slowly. Because I do feel you want to. Even though you want to get this going, I'm not sure you're doing that. Because you got these two cards at the bottom, and I'm pretty sure that's the Two of Cups. It is. Alright, so you have the Queen of Swords, but she's blocking the Two of Cups. Now, I feel like she literally is blocking it. Like, that's you looking at this situation, and you're just like, this is just not the right time. You're also starting to think, like I said, like, is there ever going to be a right time? And, this might be a long while before that is, and you want to move this forward. You want to move this forward, and you're feeling that stress because you really do. But I feel like you're still in that boat where you're just like, you know what, it's not right to do that right now. It's not right. I'm just getting that feeling like that's where this has come from. Like, it's just not right to do that right now. It's either because you think that certain things have to be sorted out, or that can bring more stress to the person you care about. Because it's juggling one more thing, and just one more thing they can't handle. Even though it would be a good situation, it still would be one more thing, and it would just kind of be a bit much for them. Now, as the Six, it's weird, because I get the Six of Swords, like, I feel like you're trying to... I'm getting like this is a break, isn't that like a timeout break? Like I feel like you're kind of moving away. You're just feeling like, you know what, if I just give it a minute, maybe I'll step away for now, and I'll circle back around every now and then just to see how things are going. And like, I feel like you're trying to let things calm down, however that is. Especially because you're trying to not get too involved. It's not like you're leaving somebody in the lurch. You're just kind of like, to you, it's kind of like, all right, I'm just going to let them sort that out. And then I'll come back around later and see how it is. And then that's kind of what I'm getting. Like, I'll just pull back, and then I'll check again. And if it's still not good, I'll pull back again. Like, I feel like this is kind of the attitude you have. Like, if it works out, great. Who knows? If something better comes my way before then, maybe I'll just go that way because I don't know how this is really going to shake out. Now, I'm getting the burps and stuff. And I'm wondering, is it this? Yeah, they're taking it. This, it's not, you don't really want to walk away from this. I get again that you feel like this is the right thing to do. I'm getting that a lot with this reading. Like, you're trying to do what you feel is the right thing to do. It's not like you can't help or do things differently. You're just feeling like, if I do it this way, it's a bad start. It's just not a good idea. And you still have that sense of obligation towards this person, though. There's like this underlying sense of obligation. One of the reasons I feel like you're having this type of view is like, I'm getting another ace on this one. Like, the first half, there was the Ace of Wands. This one is the Ace of Swords. but there's a lot going on. It feels it's kind of like the start of something going on for this person, this other person that you feel these feelings for, and that's one of the reasons you're like, this is their thing. And I know it's a little overwhelming right now, but it is their thing, and I don't want to throw things off. Like, it's their thing, and I need to let it be their thing. Whatever it is, you need to let it be their thing, and you're aware of that. You're viewing it that way. If this is hitting, of course, general read, I know. Now, as we go to the end of this, I still like you're involved. I feel like you're, like you stepped away, but I feel like you're involved again at the end, but I feel like you're not really like flat out there telling this person how you feel, but I feel like you're being a little more affectionate, and I think you're trying to drop subtle hints, maybe not so subtle hints, but you're not flat out saying how you feel. I feel like you're still looking at the situation like it's not quite there yet. And I get at the end of this, that's kind of what you're waiting for. You're just waiting for things to get a little farther down. I have to be honest with you, I'm not seeing the other person really show attention to you back the other way, and I'm wondering if that's part of it too. I'm thinking that's part of it too, because I'm not feeling that energy come back towards you. You have these feelings, you know where you stand, you're feeling it's not right to push forward right now, and I feel at the end here you're dropping hints. Maybe not so subtle hints again. But one of the reasons you're doing this is because you want to know where they stand with this situation. But I'm not feeling the energy come from them back towards you. I'm getting like their energy is caught up all in this. Whatever's going on that you don't want to get involved with because it's their situation, they're all into that, even at the end of this reading. And I feel like that might be... I don't know. I feel like that could end up... getting this situation to move on because I don't see their energy coming back towards you. So at the end of this, if they're seeming to not really catch on, they're not concentrating on you. They're just either not getting it or they don't want to go that route right now. They're more involved in what's going on here, whatever this Ace of Swords is talking about for them, and they're not really interested in going that direction right now. If that's the case, I feel like if that's really how it's going, I feel like this is going to kind of come to its own slow end. Because I feel like you're just going to kind of get bored with it and realize, you know what, this isn't going anywhere, so I'm going to move on. Is kind of what I'm getting here. All right. I'm going to end that there. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.